we're not really seeing a whole lot as far as new content or updates, but they did get some really cool stats released. They have kind of been collecting some data from us playing in early access. There's been 256,000 dungeons explored, 2.1 million enemies killed. It's pretty cool. Most people are playing in normal mode. A few people are playing in hard mode and insane mode, and it takes an average of 10 rounds to complete a dungeon for most players. So it's really cool that they're keeping track of those stats. It's kind of neat to see that. But as far as content-wise, we're kind of going along with the same thing. I'm continuing my stream this week. I'm not sure about next week if I'll go into something different, like maybe perhaps go back to Lord of the Rings, because we are getting close to the actual, I guess it's leaving early release and going into actual release for the Lord of the Rings card game. So we might be going back and taking a look at that again. I did ask a question on Twitter to Asmodee Digital. I'm not sure if they'll respond, but I basically asked them, what's the average? These are cool stats, but I'd like to know the average number of dungeons that players have to beat in order to get to a boss. Because I've been searching everywhere for that question, and I haven't been watching any playthroughs, but I have been kind of looking and researching as much as I can and haven't really found out a whole lot. So we'll just keep playing through and see what happens. So we'll be taking a look at that. Hey, Joe. How's it going? So one thing I did want to point out is while you're in the menu, there's some really useful information that I haven't really gone over before. When you're playing Gloomhaven, you level up just like normal RPG, but how it determines the difficulty of the enemies is really easy to see. If you hover over, the tooltip comes up and tells you how it's determined. So you might notice that I'm in a level 1 dungeon or level 1 status. That's the party level. And so what that means is that even though I'm level 2, they take the average character level in the party, which is 2, divided by 2 and round up. So really, essentially, I'm only level 1. And so I won't actually go up in party level until I get to 4. Yeah, right? So I won't go up to level 2 until I get up to an average of 4. So it's really interesting how it balances the game based on the makeup of your party. Does a really good job of keeping track of all of that. And whereas in the physical game, you kind of have to figure that out math-wise once people start leveling up. And you're playing 4 party members, you got to average all that up, divide it, and then round up. But that also dictates what level the enemies are going to come at you at. And so I'm actually having an easier time with level 2, seeing as how I don't have to... I'm a higher level than most of them are. They're level 1 and I'm still level 2. But the one thing that does happen that's different is that if I'm playing 2 players, there's a certain number of monsters out. If I was playing with 4 players, then there'd be more monsters out. So there is a greater amount of numbers that you have to face, but they scale up based on level. So we'll go back into the game here. I think I was actually getting ready to have a boss fight of some sorts. It seems as though my options here... So I can go to the Lost Crypt. I have a choice of paths here. Or the Abandoned Catacombs. Both of these seem to have a good number of creatures in them. I think I'm traveling to the Demon Spine Hollow. So, do I want to face the Abandoned Catacombs? Cultists have desecrated this ancient tomb beyond your guard. Or the Lost Crypt, stench of death permeates through this area. Something's not right. I think I'll go with the Lost Crypt. Still haven't had a lot of random road events, but they're probably kind of spreading them out a little bit. All right, let's adventure. One thing I've noticed in between the difference of the physical versus the digital game is that there is no choice of starting area. At least not that I can see. Oh, there is. Huh, I didn't even notice that before. Okay, so basically you select your character and then you can move them around. There's a limited number of spots, and if you were playing with 4 players, it's even less. of a selection. So I am getting the option of moving around. I just have to select my character. I mean, I might as well get up as close as possible, right? That's interesting. Okay, there we go. Alright, so this seems like a good starting spot. So you do get to pick starting spot. I thought that was a feature that wasn't in the digital version, didn't come over, but looks like that is possible. Okay, so I could do some rumbling advance. That would infuse life, magic, and do some damage just from movement. It will get me hit by this living corpse. These guys hit hard, but, you know, I'm not too worried about it. I could target all adjacent enemies. Oh, but that's a burn event. I'll do this attack, opposing strike. Not a very high initiative, but I should be able to beat the living corpse. They're usually a little bit slower. So now I definitely want her to go fast and be able to get up and attack the ranger. Maybe kill the bone ranger. It only has 3 hit points before he gets a chance to attack. So I definitely want to go faster. So I'm going to use flanking strike to go first. It's not going to be adjacent to any allies, so I just need to... So I could use open wound, attack and add wound, and gain an XP if the target is adjacent. Oh, well, yeah. Unfortunately, I can't move them both to be adjacent to the archer. There's an obstacle in the way. Well, I'll go ahead and use single out because it's an attack 3. I have a lot of attack 3s. The trick is that I need to get in the habit of trying to get enemies adjacent to Cragheart so then the thief can do more damage, or the scoundrel. But this is not too bad for now. Ooh, the ranger's going really fast, but hopefully, like I said, my scoundrel will beat her to the punch. Beat it. And then the living corpse is moving and attacking, but hopefully... I should have seen if I could stun him or something. Actually, I might be able to do that. We'll see. So I'm going to start off using my move 5. And she's up here next to the skeleton now. I'll probably skip the rest of my movement so I can grab this loot. And then we'll attack 3. That should kill. As you can see, it looks like it's going to kill as long as I don't draw a -1 or lower. Ooh, I got a ×2 on that one. I do like that the modifiers are now really big in font. So you can definitely tell what the modifier was you drew. Okay. So I'm going to do the old rumbling advance. Skip the rest of my movement. So that does a damage and enables earth element. It seems that these tooltips are new. I think they're getting populated. So before, when I'd hover over, I don't know, I can't remember. But now it's telling me, okay, this element is available, but it's shimmering. It's kind of it's coming into the world. So that's just to let you know that if you infuse an element during your turn, you can't use it on your turn, but as soon as your turn is over, it's available for anybody else or you next turn. So I'll use my opposing strike for 50% effectiveness because I can never get it 100% effective. Alright, so he's down to 1 hit point. And he's doing 1 damage to me, which I'll easily take. And we'll end the round. So at this point, I think that the thief is going to be able, the scoundrel is going to be able to backstab. So I'll do that. That will for sure go before the living corpse. She'll finish him off and grab this loot that's up here. So we'll do that, and open wound because he'll be adjacent to an ally, but it's 4 damage. It's 4 attack, so that's kind of the main point of it. I forgot to use my... I think I could have stunned him, but we'll save that for a bigger guy. I'm going to have him try to move over and grab the loot on the other side of the room. Yeah, he's just... oh, there we go. Massive boulder will let him move over there. I guess I'll use Avalanche as my other card. No need for him to go too early because hopefully the corpse will be dead. Oh, I forgot. She's got that blinking cape, so she can move across the room really far. Move 4 with a jump action. And I don't need to use the goggles, because she's definitely going to get a kill here, as long as she doesn't draw a miss. Oh, man, I did this backwards. I was supposed to do open wound, because this is a burn effect. Well, I'll just do a normal attack. Oh, I gotta skip my movement first. I'm gonna do a normal attack so I don't lose this card and I don't burn it. Ooh, another ×2. Man, that's pretty crazy. What luck. I want to see what she did. Okay, so she picks it up. I'm trying to check her card stats. It shows his, but it won't show me hers for some reason. Oh, well, maybe it's because her turn's over. Okay, so he's going to move 4. And then we'll just skip that attack. Definitely getting a good amount of gold. Scoundrel is hard, I think, with a party of 2. Yeah, she does a lot better. Yeah, that makes sense, Joe. In groups, yeah, because she'll definitely be around someone. If there's 3 other players, there'll be an enemy around someone. So she could kind of flip back and forth. But Cragheart just doesn't move fast enough. And, of course, in this dungeon room anyway, there's a lot of obstacles. All right. Well, I'm not in too much of a hurry to open... Well, I could open the door, and he could throw in some... He could do a movement 3 and then throw in a dirt tornado. Oh, I did not use the nature magic that round. Well... Oh, well, yeah, that's because he was just moving and not attacking, so... Alright, so I just need to do a little move here. Actually, I could use quick hands in order to move. Well, I gotta stay. So the trick is with gold, you don't just get it from moving on top of it with one action and stopping. You actually have to end your whole turn on loot to get it. So even if I could use quick hands to move onto it, and then the idea would be that I could use the bottom half of another card and move away, I wouldn't get to take the gold, unfortunately. So we'll just use special mixture just as a random card. So she's going first. I'll have her move here. Skip the rest of her movement. Now see, I should have saved quick hands because then I could have moved twice the amount next turn. Oh well. Or a little bit farther. Okay, so I'm going to have him move. He's going to open the door, and now we'll do some dirt tornado. Oh, I gotta skip the rest of my movement. I feel like my turn average has got to be pretty good. I should be pretty much on average. Man, ×2 for both of these guys. That is insane. Or, well, maybe I drew a +2 for one of them. That's odd. But they're definitely all muddled, so they'll be all confused in their next attack, having to draw 2 modifiers. So a couple of them will get to move, but not far enough. Then the ranger attacks me for 1. And because he had to draw 2 modifiers, he only did 1 damage. And that guy's too slow. So not a bad round. For attack-wise, I'm doing great because nothing can move far enough. So the trick might be here is maybe to kite him a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and do sentient growth because I can get 2 of these guys. I mean, that's really the best attack I can do. I can hit 2 of them. But then I got to go unstable upheaval just to move out and go early. So then I can maybe move backwards and still stay out of range of these guys. Because I definitely need to get the scoundrel in here. So she's going to pick throwing knives just in case she can get in range of somebody. And then I don't have very far... I lost all my far movement cards, but that's okay. We'll go with Thief Snack. Thief Snack. Sounds like Thief Snack, but it's Thieves Knack. Thief's Knack. It's Tongue Twister. Alright, we got the Ranger. Living Corpse going fairly early. But Cragheart is still earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Blinking Cape. I mean, that will get her within range of somebody, right? If she can attack at 3, I should be able to hit the Living Corpse or the other guy. And remember, everyone, when you're playing the adventure mode, Thief Snack. When you're playing adventure mode, the Blinking Cape is, and like many items, if you'll see, it has a durability number stat. So this one is 6, as you can see the little slash. And the trick is that you will lose durability even if you don't use an item, so you might as well use it. I don't get to use it again the rest of the scenario, but I think it was worth it because that keeps her in the game. She can definitely hit these guys. I think I'm going to hit the Living Corpse because they hit a little bit harder. And he's a little closer. So I drew -1 modifier, so only did 1 damage. Not too bad, though. Ooh, I forgot. See, I should have used that cloak, but then I should have put another... I think I had a ranged pull that I could have used, but that's okay. So we'll just skip movement. Well, I could have... too late now. I could have moved backwards with her, which would have been good to get them out of range. That would have been the smart move. Okay, so... Ooh, I can heal. Oh, but I need sentient growth to attack range, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to attack these 2 guys here. Should be a pretty hefty attack. ×2, and a regular unmodified attack, which I think did 1 damage. Or 2 damage. So, pretty good amount of help there. I'm going to use a regular movement. Well, I don't really need to do that. Yeah, because they might not be able to... I should have looked at what the guy's going to do. Yeah, he can only attack and push, so the Living Corpse is not getting anywhere nearby. The Living Bones... The Bone Ranger will be able to attack. Maybe. Attack at range 3? No, it might be just out of range. Wow. I might have gotten this perfectly. So the Living Bones is going to move to an attack 2, but he's too far away. So we could see... So he'll heal. But yeah, too far away to attack. Living Corpse suffers a damage, but he would have attacked pretty high, so I'm glad I didn't move in the room. So I lucked out. I probably should have planned that a little bit better, but that's okay. So I've got an attack 3, and then I can heal. That might be my best bet, because I've got an attack 3 at range 3. So we'll go with that. Should be able to finish that guy off. Now, she is going to have to short rest, because... I need to get her throwing knives back. So we'll short rest. And I like that it clarifies, are you sure you want to do that? Because you're going to lose a card, you're going to burn a card permanently. And this is randomly drawn, so I have to decide, do I want to lose this card and burn it, or do I want to redraw, which does a damage to me, and I don't get a choice of whether or not to redraw the second card. I have to take the second one. So because of that throwing knives, and I have one cure for her, I'm afraid I may just have to take this open wound card. Hit. Oh, whoops, I did not mean to select that one. Well, now I'm taking single out, which is actually a little bit better. Okay, so I lost a card, but it wasn't too bad of a loss. So now she can throwing knives, and then I might have her step back. I could have her pull also, which would be kind of cool. And a range 3, that'll be good. Okay, so going first again. No problem with that. So unfortunately, nothing is close enough for me to pull except for the living corpse. So I guess we'll go ahead and pull him. Which doesn't really do anything. Oh, and it makes my life worse because I can't use my throwing knives without disadvantage. Well, that was dumb. At least Cragheart gets to go. Alright. So he finishes him off, thankfully, because I'm just left and right doing some rookie mistakes here, committing some rookie mistakes. Okay. Healed Cragheart up a little bit. Nice. So I'm definitely keeping out of range, which is really cool. So unfortunately, Cragheart's going to also have to short rest. I can't really afford a long rest. And he doesn't really need to. He's full health. I think because I'm a little bit higher level, I can definitely afford to push myself and short rest. Yeah, Joe, I agree. I mean, I think that hopefully they'll have the Tinkerer very soon. They did say this quarter. But again, I mean, real video game development takes months and months and months. I think that they have the basic engine up, but they don't really have, they hadn't really worked on anything else, so it's just taking forever to get to the point where they can release it. But it seems longer because with early access now a thing, right, in video game development, we're seeing just how long it takes to develop a game, which is painfully slow. They don't necessarily, I don't even know how big of a studio they have. So they may be, working a 3-man team, 24-hour clock. All right. Well, I think it's time for him to kind of get back in the game. So he's going to rush advance, but that's going to... Hopefully he'll go after the scoundrel. I should be able to engineer that. So he'll move up and do a damage, and then he'll just attack. And she'll go way faster. I'll use backstab actually instead of flanking strike so that I'll get a little boost from, well, no, that's a burn card. Let's see. Let's lose open wound, which I almost lost and now didn't. It's only going to do 4 damage because I don't get the wound effect, but okay. So the ranger is going to get to go after the scoundrel, so I need to move up there. Well, I can move right on top of the gold. And then attack 4, which should hopefully finish him. Yeah. Oh, I took 2 damage in the back. I didn't realize he was going before Cragheart also. So he gets to heal a little bit. I'll move up, get the gold, and do a damage with a stomp. And then attack and immobilize him. and infuse some nature. Alright. Well, she can definitely go fast with a backstab, but I can also use Thief's Knack. To disarm a trap. And gain some XP. Alright. I'm going to try to have Cragheart go early so that he can finish off this guy. Alright, so I'm definitely going before him, so I can go ahead and afford to disarm the trap and grab the treasure. And he's immobilized, so he won't be able to attack the scoundrel even if he survives. Which is nice. Now he can attack and immobilize again. But I think he'll probably kill... Oh, but it's not a range attack. Or, I mean, it is a range attack and he's... I think I might want to use that heal too, so I think I'm just going to do a basic attack with the skeleton, which kills him. And now I can do a heal on the scoundrel. Alright, so we got everybody kind of back to normal. So I'll probably just have him kind of move normally. I'm not really too worried about what his action cards are. I'll have her start moving toward the next room. Alright, so she'll move 3. And then she'll move 2 more with quick hands. Grab the loot. And then he'll just... He's just going to move up a little bit. No, I didn't select the attack. Whew, I'm glad you can undo that. For some reason I was thinking that was backwards. You selected the regular movement on the left, but I could be wrong. Alright, so I'm ending his turn. So far I've been able to get all the loot. The problem is he's pretty far behind, so he needs to get to moving. So we'll have him master Massive Boulder. And she will need to... Well, I'll have her long rest because she's still missing some hit points. That makes sense because he's got more cards, plus it's going to be a whole loss of a turn just using 2 cards and waiting there. I don't think I want to open the door quite yet. So he'll get up there now. Alright, so we're going to pick a card to lose. Remember, when you long rest, you actually get to pick the card you're going to burn. I have a feeling this is the last room, so I'm not really keen on keeping throwing knives. I should be able to get into the room and attack things up close pretty easily. Okay. So he only has one choice. Dirt, Tornado, Sentient Growth. So the nice thing is I can do a range attack, get him up to the door, and then do a range attack, and she will be able to kind of do whatever she wants. Hoping some enemies will be up there. I need to have her go after him, though. Oof. So she's got to go... She can't go after him, ever, because he's so slow. So she's going to have to open the door. And, of course, it would have been nice to have a... Maybe she'll smoke bomb. That's kind of a cool... That'll double the value of her next attack. So she'll run in the room, which is fine. I got to use one of my low cards, though, to move farther. Okay. Alright. So we're moving 5. Got a big room here. I could move... Guess I can't really move too much farther. But I'm going invisible anyway, so what's cool is I can use her to act as a third obstacle here, because they won't go over traps unless if they're being blocked. Although this guy can fly. The living spirit, I think, can probably fly. Yeah, it has an innate flying bonus. Okay. Makes sense. So it can fly over the traps, but everything else is going to have to go clear around the outside. We've got a Living Bones Elite over here. And then I'll be set up for a good backstab next time. So she's going to go invisible. Oh, I got to skip the rest of my movement. She'll go invisible and do some big attacks next round. Shh, I'm in the shadows. Alright. Living Corpse just attacked and suffered a damage, but didn't move. It's interesting that that Living Corpse is still moving down this way, even though I'm standing in the way. It's kind of strange. Okay, so Cragheart. He can move 3. Man, I wish I could move one more with this. This would be perfect because I could heal and, although I'm not damaged, and then attack an adjacent enemy and then do another attack, but I'll just have to settle for this one. It seems that the pathing is going a little bit better now. It's not pathing through traps, whereas before you had to really select things perfectly so you didn't accidentally activate something. So I'll go ahead and hit this elite guy because I don't want to be at disadvantage. Man, he's got a shield, so that he's got a few hit points but a shield. So every attack is going to be reduced by 1 every time you hit him. So I'll go for this guy. Alright. I didn't see what he did because, once again, it recenters it back far enough you can't see what the modifier was. Oh well. Alright, so big round, big damage. I definitely need her to use one of her hits that does a lot of damage when it's adjacent to someone. So the highest damage she has left is an attack 3, +1 when it's not adjacent to any allies, and... I'm sorry, +2, and then +2 again when it's adjacent to my allies. So this is going to be a big time backstab, and the effect of the shadow, the smoke bomb, is going to be that it's a double attack, so it's really going to kill. It's going to probably be really dead, unless I roll a miss, which could happen. So that's going to be a big attack. And then can I do anything on the bottom of any of my cards? I can move 3 and poison. That's not bad. Or I can loot 1. I guess I'll do that. I'll loot. So he is going to have to short rest. I don't mind getting rid of opposing strike, even though if I moved on that trap, I could totally... No, it's too far away. And it'll be dead. I can burn opposing strike. Okay. So he needs to move and attack someone else or range attack, one of the two. So I've got an attack 3, range attack. Or a dirt tornado. I can also get a shield 2 on myself, which I might do that. Because it's XP, I can burn cards now. This is the last room. Right? It is the last room, right? And it'll give everybody shields. And then I'll do my big attack 3 massive boulder kind of thing. Well, unfortunately, the Living Bones Elite's going to get to go early, but he's just shielding and healing, so that's fine. She is going to do an attack at advantage. So it's going to be, even if I draw a loss, I can get it back, and it's going to be like a huge amount of attack. So let's see what this huge damage is going to be right here. It's double attack and everything. Oh, gotta confirm the attack. 13 damage, even with a terrible card draw. I think I drew a -1 and a 0. But it's still beautiful. And then she'll loot the nearby treasure. And her turn's done. She's no longer stealthed. So this guy, I'm interested in seeing what he's going to do. Oh, he just heals and stays where he is. I like that the AI kind of put him behind the traps to kind of entice me. What I should do is I should use a pull. I think I've got one. But not right now. So I'm going to do the shield. That'll affect all allies. Well, really all he's doing is moving and not attacking. So I don't think I'm going to burn this just yet. I think I'm going to move up a little bit. And then I could attack all adjacent enemies. So if I move 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, I would be adjacent to him. So let's do it. And we'll go ahead and use this burn ability, attack all adjacent enemies. Unfortunately, there's no nature magic or earth magic. There is some dark magic, but nobody uses that. Oh well. All adjacent. Okay. Ooh. ×2, 6 damage, and he dies. Wow. And then there was one elite. So if I can do a big movement with him, which I should be able to do this. Yeah, I'll use Crater. And then, unfortunately, I don't have any. I have an attack 3. That's not too bad. Crushing Grasp. That'll be my lead. So it's my initiative. I'll move 5 with Open Wound. Oh, actually, I can disarm that trap. And then everybody can go right in there. Alright, so he's going after both of us. So I'll disarm this trap. I don't really want to let him in, but this way it'll be easier for Cragheart than running clear around. I guess there's just one obstacle in the way. And then I'll have her move up here to grab some treasure and loot. What is it? Ah, 25 gold. Seems to be gold coming out of here all the time. Out of these treasure chests, but that might be adventure mode for now. You get the big loot just by completing legs of your adventure. Ooh. Oh, okay. So I'm going to do this big attack. It does do 1 damage to the scoundrel, but he gets to kind of fly over and then do damage when he lands. And then he's going to do a big attack and immobilize, and I'm going to add a little stun action to it. So he'll get to skip his turn. Oh, and he's immobilized. So 1 hit point left, and he doesn't get to do his action. It's sad. Alright, so now anything else that gets me XP is my goal here. Ooh, we got Earth Magic, so I definitely need to use Avalanche. It's going to give me some extra XP. Rumbling Advance. Well, I definitely need to use one of these to go early. I guess I'll do Rumbling Advance because that'll do some extra damage. And maybe it'll give me an earlier initiative. So unfortunately, I only have 1 card left. I'm going to have to short rest with her. Still, I'm not doing too bad. I only have... I still have 4 cards left with her. Not too bad for Final Room. She'll use Flanking Strike, of course, and... Although the Open Wound does more. So I could move to and attack 2 with Quick Hands. And then do something on the bottom. Well, that's not really that great. So maybe we'll use that and Open Wound. And then go early. Okay. Alright. Move to attack 2 and then heal self. Okay, so we got to stop that. That isn't good. Well, if I want the loot, I'm going to have to go... What is he doing again? I forget. So he's doing a big attack. He'll get it. He'll finish it off. So that means she can move 5 or move however. No, I didn't move at all. I wanted the treasure. Ugh, that was so dumb. Ooh, took 2 damage. Yeah, they need to fix the I don't want it to Let's see if I can select that. I don't want it to automatically center on target. I don't think that's an option yet. Alright, guess we'll have to wait. I just don't want it to move so I can actually see the modifiers. We'll start with an avalanche attack. We'll add the old... Ooh, and I can push 1 also. So if he doesn't die, I can push him into the trap. Alright, so we're getting +1 from the nature magic, and then that'll add some XP, and if he survives, we'll push him. Okay, come on. I want to use my stuff. Okay, I'm using the nature. Clicking on that, I should be able to click on my... During your melee attack, add push 1. Okay, well, I guess let's confirm attack. Now I can use it. Okay, so I'm confirming the attack. Confirming the target. It's kind of tricky, the order that you have to do that in. Oh, he died, so I didn't get to do anything. Alright, so we'll move to... He'll at least get some treasure. That's the end of that one. Alright. So I got to the Den of Razors. It is keeping track, I think, of most of the places I'm traveling. So now I can go to the Oozing Depths or the Lost Catacombs. Alright, we'll go to the Lost Catacombs. Adventure! I know, right? I guess we'll see what happens at the end of this leg, but you'd think I'd be making some progress toward the boss, or it would give some indication of how I'm doing on my progress, but this is the eternal question I've been asking. Let's see if anyone's answered me on Twitter. It doesn't look like it. Alright. So we got a cultist up here. He's usually someone you want to get rid of fast. So maybe we'll just do some throwing knives, because I can hit both of these guys from where I'm at. And then maybe pull him close as well, and then that'll make Cragheart. Finish him off if he's not dead. Otherwise we'll do... Oh, there's another cultist back there. We should definitely do a dirt tornado up there. We'll do an unstable upheaval in order to make quick work up that way. So I should be below them, or before them, I guess I should say. And I am. Okay, so the living spirits have some shielding and some flying. Both of those are... Well, the flying's not too bad, but... Okay, so throwing knives first, because I don't want to be at disadvantage. So we'll target the cultist and the living corpse. -1 and +1. Not too bad. That's kind of what I wanted to have happen. More damage on the living corpse is what I would have preferred. So I'm going to confirm the pull. Now he's up here with us. Friend. Oh, so the tough part is now... Do I attack him or do my dirt tornado? I think we'll move around and do the dirt tornado because I should be able to affect more people with it. And it'll muddle 3 of them. Oh, kill the living corpse. Ooh, so he summoned... See, this is one of the annoying things that this cultists do, is they summon... It killed one of them, and it did damage. It does damage to summon something, so they can't do it infinitely, but they can bring in new guys to worry about. And they, you know, these living bones are a pain in the butt. Alright. Well, if I do my rumbling advance, that'll auto-kill the cultists. Or, well, maybe I'll auto-rumble advance up to these other guys up here, because that way I can do a damage even though this guy has a spirit. And then we'll do some... Ooh, could use avalanche. Man. Well, sentient growth is pretty good too. And then I can move up and rumble advance and finish him off. And then she is going to... I need to attack 2 people. Alright, so I'll use Thief's Knack. to attack on the bottom and then single out to attack on the top. It should be a pretty good combo because I can use single out for the extra damage on the cultist. Ugh. So the Living Bones is going to get to go first and attack and heal. Yeah, that's not good. See, these guys were summoned in and they're annoying already. Alright. Okay, so I need to do this on the cultist. Because it'll be a +5 attack. And then attack 3 on the bottom, which will also give me XP. Nice, finished him off. So he's going to be able to use Sentient Growth to hit these guys first before he moves up. +1 to both, which takes out the shield, kills the guy. And now I get the beauty of this last little Rumbling Advance, which will do 1 damage when I finish. Oh, I thought that was going to finish him off, but he just has 1 hit point. Alright, well, I'll try to go fast to Crushing Grasp, and then I'll move. Well, I just want to move somewhere so I can get some gold. Where's the door? Okay, must be right here in the corner. This is definitely a different kind of room. I don't want high movement because I'm just going to go up and grab this loot. And of course, Living Bone gets to go first and heal. And shield himself. That's annoying. Well... Alright, healed herself back up. She collects the loot. Need to use Crushing Grasp, hopefully finish this guy off. Yeah. Alright, then he'll grab the loot behind him. Okay. Again, I don't really need to move very far, because I'm just running around grabbing gold. She could move really far, that way she could grab this last bit of gold up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. I should have disarmed a trap, but I don't know if I had that card available. I'm kind of playing through a little bit faster because I don't really have to worry too much about dying as much. I don't have to be as careful in looking at all the different pieces on the board and where they're moving, but I guess I'll do a long rest. I really need to do single outs bottom action to just wipe out a bunch of enemies in the last room. I mean, I guess Thief Snack, man, it's really good a lot of times, though. Okay, so we've got... Oh, no, he's got a long rest. Alright, so she'll go ahead and open the door. We'll do some throwing knives into the room. Okay, so she'll move 5. Nope. Still got to path it a little bit better. Well, man, this room is gigantic too. And it looks like this is just a 2-room dungeon. I think I'm just going to go ahead and move in, even though I can only hit one person. Hoping I can do some... Okay, 2 damage, not bad. You know, I should have done an advantage. Oh, I guess I'll use my cloak to move backwards. Out of range. Might as well, since this is the last room. Yeah, I'll just move all the way back. Alright, so they're healing. I like their mask. That's pretty cool. It's like a like a deer skeleton head. I wonder if that's any kind of creature. Looks cool. Might be an Inox Bone Ranger. Kind of looks like an Inox. Okay. So we've got... Oh, Kragar's got to get rid of something. Okay. So now at this point, there's nothing really that close together to use Dirt Tornado. So I'm almost tempted to just stay here and let them come back to me. So I'm going to move really late and see what they do. I'll have a range attack. Not really much else to do, although I could move and then hit after I move. Okay. And then she'll go as late as she can. I might use that single out finally to add some extra damage as long as they're not near their allies. That should work. They're pretty spread out. And I'll do a big... So I can't really do much other than quick hands, maybe to do some movement and attack if they get close enough. Alright, so definitely going last, which I wanted. See what everybody does. Looks like... Okay, so they were moving, attacking, and healing, so they couldn't move to attack. And they didn't really need to heal, so it's kind of a waste. And these guys just attacked where they were standing. Everybody attacked where they were standing. Okay. So I definitely want to do... definitely want to do this. Why is it attacking? Okay. It's weird that it would call that an attack. I don't think I want to move because I definitely am not going to get anywhere near to hit them. So I think I'm just going to skip that attack. Now he, although I could have moved close and then gone fast, which I should have done. Alright, so I'll move in a little bit. And then I'll attack. I don't even think I'm in range to attack. Nope, I'm not. Well, succotash. Okay. Now if I do this attack, which I can't, yeah. I was going to say, I was hoping I could generate some life, but I think you have to actually do an attack. Okay, so I need to move fast. I can move up and target all adjacent enemies, but that's... I mean, I just need to do that. And then I need to move as fast as I can. What's my fastest move? 3. That's not bad. I can get somewhere. She needs to move fast, and her attacks are going to do huge damage. As long as they're not next to an ally. Alright, looks like open wounds are the choice. Whew. Oh, okay, I am going first, okay. I didn't even see what they have. It's a surprise. We'll let it be a surprise. So I think I might go for the cultist. And then I'm going to use my big hit. Do I need my big hit? A regular attack is going to just do 2 damage, but my big hit's going to add... It's going to be a +3 attack and actually +5 because it's not adjacent to its allies. And my singled out's going to do more damage. Yeah, I'll go and do that. Ooh, 10 damage. He was definitely not destined to live. Alright, so I got to move 3 to get up close to this guy. And then we'll go ahead and attack 3. Unfortunately, I do have some nature magic. Target all enemies up to 2 hexes away, but... Well, I might as well do it for some XP. But I actually can't hit anything. And then I'll go ahead and stun, because it might not be enough. There's only going to be 2 guys that can go. And he couldn't move close enough to attack. Nice. I only took 1 damage for the round. Okay, so she... She can move up and attack. And then he... Oh my gosh, can I use opposing strike here? I can't still. Oh, it's so sad. But I could do sentient growth and do 2 damage to each person here, but I have to go with crushing grasp as my first choice, or my leading card, so I can get good initiative. Ugh. So the elite cultist is going to do some... Oh, it's just a regular attack, but if we kill him this round, he explodes. And it's an attack 4, so I got to not kill him. The Bone Ranger is going to do a pretty big attack. Elite. He's a pretty big hitter. These guys are kind of bosses. Ooh, he drew a -2, did no damage. That's embarrassing. Okay, so I can just do move 3. you know, she'll have a little fun here. She's gonna just disarm the trap, which is, you know, why can't you That's interesting. Oh, that's right. I gotta poison somebody. Okay, so he's poisoned. I'm gonna disarm a trap just for some XP. He is gonna sentient growth, but I need to move back first. So I am not at disadvantage. Skip the rest of my movement. Nice. Killed one guy. Did some pretty good damage to the other. Whew, 3 damage from that. So this elite ranger is tough. Or I guess it's not an elite bow ranger. Alright. Oh. Look at this. They're perfectly spaced. Am I going to get to do opposing strike? Am I? I am if I get to go before they go. Oh, this is going to be so bad. Because the only way I have to use Crater so that I can move fast. But I hope I can beat them. I hope this happens. I think I'll have her long rest. This is crazy. I'm not going to be doing any damage this round. Oh, the cultist is moving. No. Oh, that's sad. Well, unfortunately, I can't push him either. Almost happened. So I'll go ahead and do this. And then I'll jump over here and do a damage to this guy. And then hopefully finish him with opposing strike. Yeah. So a good little bit of damage to both. The scoundrel. Yeah, I don't really need healing. She's healing from her long rest. Oh, there's a treasure chest back there. I need to get that. Even though it's just going to be another, some more money. Okay. Alright. So what's she going to do? She is going to... Ooh, so she can loot 2. But unfortunately that's my throwing knives. That's okay. And then she'll quick hands. Sweet. So she can move and attack with her upper half. So this should work. I should be able to do it. Yeah, I know, Joe. I've been trying to. My goal, my super achievement is using opposing strike at one time. I'm sure. I can't remember. Did you? Were you ever able to pull it off? I think maybe that would also be a skill more useful for people because you got the enemies creating that space, things like that in between. Okay, so loot 2. Oh, I got the treasure chest too. 10 gold, and then I gathered the other gold. What a thief. Stole everything. So then move forward and attack. We'll just go behind him, just as a little backstabby. Confirm attack. Ooh, right in the back. Death. And then he'll just... We'll move. Get some gold. All right. Well, it looks like I've got one more scenario left to get to. Wait, no. Oh, I think I'm just traveling. And I'll be at my location. Complete. Accomplishments. Got some gold. Killed some enemies. Claim your reward. Enter village. So I got 18 gold, 17 XP, and I gain an item, Wand of Brilliance, create light, which I don't need, but, you know. Ooh, I like this. Winged shoes add jump to your movement. And it's a tapped item, so I could reuse it if I long rest. It's not a consumed item. Did get a major healing potion. That's good. Everything's lost of durability. That's okay. I could put the Wand of Brilliance on her. Okay. And then... Wait. I could put the winged shoes on her for sure. Oh, I've got a scroll of healing. That would be good for her. He could use the major healing potion. Okay. So the crazy thing is I don't have any way of buying anything in this village. I just got here. What kind of shithole village is this? There definitely doesn't seem to be... Oh, look at this. Okay, so now I see some progress happening. So at this point, the major town of the area, Demon's Gate walls, held firm in the war with the Valroth. Many came here for shelter in the war, and their families never left. A good place to find equipment for your travels, but expect to pay for it. So it looks like this is a 3-scenario quest, but I'll be going to the main city, kind of in the center. So it looks like I'm kind of at the halfway point. I can go back and do a red area for harder quests or medium quests, but I think I'm going to continue on with like normal or technically easy path. And that'll get me in 3 scenarios to Demon's Gate, and then it looks like I'll be kind of making my way toward the boss where the bandit commander is. So it seems like we're pretty close. Oh, for retaliatory strikes. Okay, yeah, I do remember you using the retaliatory strikes a lot. So, I mean, it's more useful, if you're, especially if you're pushing yourself to always be in front. So it's kind of interesting. All right. So this is the path we're going on. I think what I'll do, though, is stop just a little bit early. I'm going to be heading to the shooting gallery. Now, I have noticed, just as a little quibble, but I know this game is nowhere nearly fully developed. I have had the shooting gallery before, so it seems, you know, there's probably a limited number of different kinds of dungeons for right now. But I definitely know I've been to the Archer training grounds again. So we'll just go ahead and jump in. And then we'll leave it with that at the start of an adventure. I do think that the interiors are starting to have a lot of variety. I'm starting to notice different kinds of walls, banners. It's really cool. Lots of really cool effects. It is fun. I do still like the adventure mode a lot. I can see why it's a little bit longer. You know, you want some time to kind of get to know characters, level them up. But what I'm really looking forward to is being able to have the dynamics of playing with a full 4-person party. I really think of all the times I played the physical board game, those seem to be the most fun experiences. They're the most challenging, but they're also the most fun, and you just see a lot of really cool combos come up. So I'm looking forward to doing that, although I do have to... I think I have to go... I have to play one more time a full adventure before I can unlock a full party of 4. I can do a party of 3 after this, though, so that's pretty cool. So I think that's it for this evening. Tune in next week. I really apologize. Last week I was not feeling very good, and then I thought, well, I'll just put it off till Thursday, and I still wasn't feeling good. It's the start of a new school year for us teachers, so it was pretty exhausting. But I promise I'll kind of be on for a pretty regular schedule from now on, at least for the near future. So next week I'll be playing. I'm trying to think. Next week is the will next week be the end of or the start of a new journey with the release of Lord of the Rings. I think it might be. And so I might be switching and playing Lord of the Rings next time, but I'll keep kind of going back and forth between this and Lord of the Rings, checking both out, especially with the release of Lord of the Rings. We'll try that really impossible quest again, see if we can get past it, or at least I'll switch up the party. I actually think I'm thinking about going through and changing out one of the heroes just to add a little bit more combat capability, changing to a spirit or a lore hero. So we'll see how that works out. Just that can do a little bit more combat. I'll look at some of the new heroes, see if there's anything available. But I'll be back checking that out next week and continuing on looking at that. But until then, no table flipping this week. I think we're taking a break for a week. But we will be back in 2 weeks, and we'll be looking at our brand new campaign game we're going to be playing. So we're pretty excited about that. So tune in on Saturday. You can join our new campaign and see it from the beginning. It's going to be an exciting adventure. I think right now Dead of Winter might be in the lead a little bit, but it could be close. So go on and vote. You can do that in the notes. You should see a link to DeFebware's channel, and you can go there and vote. She's kind of linked it a couple of times. But until then, we'll see all you guys later. Bye. Night, Joe.